Hi, this is Christine Crowell here, and I want to talk to you today about most businesses, why the next recession, how harsh it is. Yes, it's true. And I want to talk to you about, in this video, why 90% of businesses are heading for a disaster if they don't act now. And the one thing that can turn it all around before it's too late. So welcome back to my channel. I'm Christine Crowell. I am semi-retired entrepreneur, former business recovery consultant, and someone who has lived through the collapse and come out stronger. I've built and I've had to rebuild multiple businesses, and today I'm here to help you protect yours. Now, here's the reality. The warning signs are everywhere. Rising interest rates, higher wage demands, AI disruption, consumer fear, broken supply chains are not happening. We're booking things, but it's not coming forward. Or there's a delay, or there's a price increase. And to that, inflation, as well as shaky banks, you're really got a good recipe for business collapse. Let's be honest here. So according to recent data, over 60% of small businesses don't have 3 months cash reserves in a downturn. They will be wiped out fast. But it's not just about the cash, it's about having a plan. This is why I've been talking so much about gold and silver. If you are a business owner, even if you're not, it's something that we need to start planning for. We're seeing too many signs, too many signals. I've been through 3 recessions now, and I'm seeing the signals. It's like history repeating itself. And when that happens, we need to watch out. We need to be prepared. We need to have a plan in place. So, what do failing businesses have in common? I'll tell you, for one, no system for lead generation. No plan for, pivoting. If something's not working, don't do what I did. I relied on 99% of my work coming in from government when I had contracts many years ago. And the recession kicked in, and I also wasn't able to really survive on the terms that the government had changed the prices on me for me to be able to deliver the service that I was delivering at the rate that I was paying my staff members. So that was a big problem for me. I really didn't have a thought process for that, because I thought, having a contract with the government, I'm set for life. But you can't rely on that. You're seeing today what's happening with governments, people's contracts being snatched away from them, people losing their jobs, governments cracking down on what they're spending. So we've got to have a strategy in place. So, like me, I had no automation in place. I was doing things manually. Everything was being done manually. I had too many staff members in the office. We were all working flat out, and it was like we were in a hamster wheel, basically. Whereas you are in a different situation now. You have got automation, AI. Also, there was no crisis fund. If I had a crisis fund, I would have been able to ride the storm for 3 months whilst I was transitioning the business from one type of client to another type of client. There was no reoccurring income. Does this sound familiar for you? Or scalable offers? And worst of all, like I said, I had no pivot strategy. I relied on 99% of the work came from one entity, which is a very bad system to have. I couldn't even sell the business if I wanted to. So I waited too long to act. And I don't want you to wait too long to act. I want you to act now. So, like for example, I relied on government contracts, or maybe you're relying on that as well, or you've got one big client and they think that this will work for 3 years or more. But will that keep you going today? You're setting yourself up for failure. I'm going to talk to you a bit about in 2008. I want to tell you something personal that happened to me in 2008. I lost my business in the recession. I held on too long. I had the opportunity to actually sell that business, but I held on too long because I didn't realize, even though the signs were there, it wasn't really in my face enough. Until the point where the council came in and said, right, we are reducing the price by half because we're allowed to do so, and there's a recession coming. I thought that things wouldn't, I thought things would have bounced back. I was looking, thinking, it's going to work out. It's going to work out. And then what I ended up doing is I had to let that contract go with the government because I could not afford to work a business at a loss. I had huge office wages. I had like 3 offices, and they were all full of office team members who were on permanent wages, permanent contracts. Even the carers were on permanent contract back then in 2008. It wasn't a 0-hour contract thing back then. Invoices were being paid late, sometimes even 6 months. How can a small business continue on like that? The office wages were huge. I was hoping that the government contract would come through and see that at this rate it's not going to help. I didn't downsize, which I should have done. I didn't pivot, which I should have done. And it cost me everything. You see, if I had AI back then, I would have pivoted in an instant. That would have been my team. That's why I'm speaking to you so passionately right now, because I wish that someone had told me that then, what I'm telling you today. If I had that system, the automation and the VA support, if I had known how to recession-proof my income by putting away so much each month for a crisis fund, I would have been able to last for another 6 months and create new systems in place and save the company money. If I had known how to recession-proof my business, I wouldn't have lost it all. So believe me, when I say this isn't theory. It's not survival. It's not a business degree advice here. This is practical. And I'm giving you this blueprint. So the one thing that you must do is what the one thing is that separates survivors from shutdown systems. We've got the tariffs happening. There's so many things. Staff wages have increased. There's so many things that as business owners that you're looking at, for example. You must automate, you must diversify, and you must prepare. So here's what I can teach you. Replace your, and I don't mean this in a horrible way, replace your team, admin team, with AI and virtual assistants in order to survive. Build a reoccurring income model. Develop a recession-proof product or service. Create business recovery war chest. Create it silver, gold. Start doing scrap silver and gold. Implement daily cash flows, tracking, client retention plans. These are the exact systems that I used to come back stronger after losing everything. Let's look at this. You may be feeling overwhelmed. You're still using spreadsheets, relying on contracts, government contracts. And within 90 days of applying, really, it could be snatched away from you. They can reduce your expenses by 40%. But if you've got AI systems and VA assistance, for example, that's not going to affect your bottom line. If that was to happen to you. Look at how you can gain private clients that's going to help you to survive and to grow. So if you are serious about protecting your business right now, don't wait for the recession to hit. I've created a 3-day challenge and also a full business recovery bootcamp, which I hold every month. The last bootcamp I held, which was last month, it went amazingly well. And we've got a beautiful testimonial from a client who attended the bootcamp, who was so grateful and thankful for the insight that they've been given. So I want you to walk away with a plan, the tools, and my support here. So my final words to you is that 90% of businesses will fail during this time. But you're watching this, which means you're ready to be the 10% that can prepare, pivot, and prosper. Don't panic, just plan. So subscribe, like, and comment below if you're ready to recession-proof your business. Tell me what your biggest fears are right now, and I'll answer them in the comments personally. Let's stay strong together. Join my free, book your free 15-minute appointment here, for example, and join my recovery bootcamp. Because we need to really recession-proof our business. So book a free call or join our full business bootcamp. Comment, I'm ready. If you're done guessing and you're ready to lead, then you're in the right place. So thank you so much for listening to me in this video today, and I hope that you're going to look at the signs and see what you can do in order to prevent you being the 90% in this world that we're currently in right now. So have a wonderful day. My name is Christine Crowell, and I look forward to speaking with you soon. Do book a free 15-minute appointment with me and my team, and I'll gladly go through with you what you can do to bulletproof your business, recession-proof your business. That's why I'm doing so much about gold and silver, because I know that that works. So thank you so much for joining me today, and I look forward to speaking to you in the next video. Have a wonderful day. Thank you. Bye.